Hi, and welcome to MontyAdams.com. Today I'm going to be demonstrating my latest DS1 mod. It's called Roxx Mod. It's actually called a Roxx Tri-Gain Plus. And today I'm going to be demonstrating a little bit about the pedal, a little bit of what I like about the pedal, what I think you'll like about the pedal. The mod is built around a couple of Fairchild NE5532 op amps. There's a really cool synergy that happens with stacking these two chips together in this pedal. And I wanted to actually rebuild a mod around the NE5532 op amps, and the reason being is because I felt like the tone that you get when you stack those two op amps are just absolutely fabulous. It's hard to describe what you get when you mix those two together. I know my old rectifier Tri-Gain Plus used the Burr Browns, but I actually like the 5532 op amps in this particular mod much better than the Burr Browns. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to demonstrate a little bit about the mod, tell you a little bit about the settings, my setup. What we're going to be doing is I'm playing a custom-made, well, it's a custom-made Strat. This Strat actually started its life as a 1995 Mexican Strat that I bought and kind of ripped apart. I like the tone of the guitar when I played it in the music store. I liked it so well that I decided to buy it and refretted it with jumbo frets. The pickup at the bridge is a DP151, a DiMarzio DP151. It's kind of a low output humbucker, but what I really like about this particular pickup by DiMarzio is it lets the true tone of it doesn't muddy up your tone. It lets the tone of the guitar come through. And that's what I try to do with actually all of my pedals and my guitars. I don't want a pickup that masks any tone. I want the true true tone of the wood of the guitar to come through. The neck and middle pickups are DiMarzio Virtual Vintage. I'm very partial to these pickups. I like them in this guitar very much. They're noiseless, and I actually think the tone is pretty cool. And what I'm going through is I've got monster cables. I'm going to be going through my new Opto Plus CS3, modded CS3. I use this pedal. I never turn it off. The things this pedal does to my tone are just unbelievable. If you haven't got that pedal mod yet, you need to, because it takes all of the mud out of the CS3. It enhances all the great things about the pedal, takes away all the bad. But today we are demonstrating the new Roxx mod. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to demonstrate the bypass. And I'm going to try to, believe it or not, with this pedal you can actually use a DS1 as a clean boost. Now, who would ever thought you could take a nasty buzzsaw Beehive DS1 and make it into a clean boost? But I have done that with this mod. And but that's not where I feel the strength of the mod is. But for those that want to use it as a clean boost, I just want to demonstrate that you can. So I'm going to be demonstrating no effects. Right now what you're hearing, it's the reason I like to use a video camera, because there's no way I can enhance the tone. I mean, what you're hearing is right, what's going on here right now, and no modification to the tone whatsoever. So I'm going to be demonstrating going in bypass and the effect, to give you an idea of how the effect sounds bypassed and with the effect engaged. Right now I've got it in middle diode lift setting on the switch. Volume's up about 12 o'clock, tone's up about 9 or 10, distortion's about 9 o'clock. That's with the effect engaged. That's in bypass, engaged. Bypass. So as you can see, there's not a lot of difference between the two. tunes up really well. So what I want to do, I'm going to start out, I'm going to shut up and play just with some settings. I might stop occasionally to tell you what the settings are on the pedal to give you an idea of what's going on there. I'm going to engage a few effects. This is what I use when I'm in the studio, so you know it kind of enhances the moment and gives me a little bit more, helps me to get into what I'm playing. So, but I'm using a DL4. I love my Line 6 DL4. Going into a stereo setup. One amp is a 1995 Fender Super Reverb. The other amp I'll be going into is a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe. I like this amp combination because the Super Reverb, the saturated tones out of this amp are unbelievable. But it's a little on the bright side. And I like the Hot Rod Deluxe because it's a little bit darker amp, so I feel the amps complement each other, and I use these every time I record in the studio. This is the combination that I will use. I'm still on diode lift, but I've got the distortion cranked up to about 2 or 3 o'clock, and in this setting it's really nice to push an already overdriven amp. So it's real edgy, right on the edge of breakup, real smooth saturation. Type brown sound. This is pretty cool. Now, what I'm going to do here, this is where my favorite setting for this particular setting on the switch with the diode lift. But I want to push the gain up a little bit to show you that you can show what it'll do. Guitar is not masked. There's no mud there, so the true tone of your guitar is going to shine through, and very, very nice crunch tone. Diode lift. There's a lot of gain there, very cool tones, very silky smooth highs. All the raspiness of this pedal has been taken away, and everything about this pedal that I liked has been enhanced, and all the things that I didn't like I've taken away. The mids have been firmed up, as has the bass. There's no flappy bass in this pedal. I don't try to overdo. A lot of modders would try to overdo the bass. I don't like to do that. I like to tighten the bass up, and I like to focus in especially the mid-highs and the low mids, because to me that's where the sweetness of the gain lies. So what I'm going to do now is going to switch in to to the switch setting that is, excuse me, a little bit of cramp in the leg there. Not as young as I used to be. But anyway, I'm going to switch the switch into the rectifier diode, the 1N4002 diodes. I have a couple of pair running in parallel on this setting. This gives you the closest to the original tone of the pedal, but I love the rectifier diodes because they really smooth out, take the highs, the raspy highs out, and you get a very smooth saturated tone. I'm going to start with the gain down around, well, I'll show you, I'm going to pretty much turn the gain all the way down at this setting and show you what it sounds like. Clean up like the diode lift. It still cleans up pretty doggone good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to punch the gain up, the distortion knob up to around 9 or 10 o'clock. Very cool setting, and think bedroom level Eddie Van Halen here. But that's not even what I feel like the coolest setting of the pedal. On the other side of the mini switch, we have an LED and a 1N914 diode running in parallel. And when I tried this combination, the first thing I thought of was how velvety the tone was. And so the strength of this particular setting is unbelievable sustain. And so I'm going to demonstrate what I feel are the strengths of this particular setting and just jam around a little bit. I'll be using the bridge pickup of the guitar and in the in-between setting a little bit, and varying the tone knob on the guitar to get some kind of silky smooth violin type tones. a variation of the gain you can get in this setting. Type breakup. Punch the gain up a little bit, to jam around a little bit. Gain at about 2 or 3 o'clock. this, just want to give you a little idea of what the new Roxx Mod will do. I think you'll agree, it rocks. This is a really cool pedal mod, and for those of you wanting to go from my rectifier to the Roxx, it's not possible. This is a complete mod rebuild. Components I changed in the Roxx Mod is almost totally different than the rectifier Tri-Gain or the rectifier Plus. So hope you enjoyed the little demonstration, and thanks for dropping by MoneyAdams.com.